the likes of this Oklahoma defensive team yet this year. Of course, the center is the story, Kevin. Dal Lockwood is a converted tackle.
That's right. Clay is maybe one of the best offensive tackles in the country. They'll have to go behind him all day. Johnson, a great receivers. Lammers is a walk-on. And Seitz, he'll have to have a big day today.
Bosworth is usually on the stop. Casillas, we've talked so much about him. Steve Bryan's the unheralded member of that front five.
Great player. You'll see a lot of these guys in the NFL very shortly. The linebackers are outstanding, too, for Oklahoma. They're very active. Bosworth and Migliazzo, I talked about him in the Chalk Talk. They're tough. Derek White, Glenn Brown, and Rayburn, number 5 trouble. And that means pass on first down, run in long yardage situations, use a lot of traps, try to trick them.
And they're in a throwing situation here. Seitz with time. Now he's flushed out of there. He can hurt you with the run, but he's going to be run out of bounds short of the first down. Good defensive work by Scott Garl, the nickel back in there, number 49, to run him out short of the first down, and Missouri will have to punt it away.
He turned his head, ducked his head, and went for that first down. Now, Missouri is punting into the wind, and that's going to be tough today.
It's a strong wind, and Marlon Adler hangs it up, and it really gets caught in the wind. Shepard from his own 36. Still alive as he gets close to the 45-yard line, hemmed in short of the 45 at the 44, dropped there by Tony Fasanelli. The line has been reshuffled to a point where these guys are now comfortable with where they're playing. Pope had been playing guard, Johnson had been playing guard, and Phillips was playing a tackle spot.
And the tight end, Jackson and Shepard. These are the 2 leading receivers. We'll watch them all day. The backfield, they run a lot of
good stuff.
Defensive unit from Missouri, much maligned, but Darling is a pretty good middle guard, and Shapour is a first-line player. Cloman does his job. Linebackers, they've got some seniors, but the guy to watch is Vandegrift. He just made that tackle. He's tough. Of course, McMillan, leading tackler on the team. That spells trouble for Missouri when your safety is the leading tackler.
And Fasanelli, the only senior in that secondary. Holloway, same play. This time he sheds a tackle at midfield. Breaks another one. He's down the sideline. McMillan tries to knock him out of bounds. He's still going inside the Missouri 20. That's the dimension that Holloway gives the Sooner wishbone.
Side here, and it was all Holloway. That's what made the play go. Now they're on the hash, and they're going to the short side of the field. Missouri does a pretty good job on the corner, but this is what Holloway will do to you. He's just a great runner. Lets the momentum of the tackler take him, and then I thought he stepped out of bounds right there. The official didn't call it. He goes down inside the 20, but you've still got the strength of your offense working for you.
Barry Switzer calls Holloway his knuckleballer and Eric Mitchell his fastballer. And here comes the knuckleballer with it again. Slips as he turns the corner, and there is the turf coming into play as Stan Long is there to make sure.
It looks green to you, but there is a little bit of a film in places of sand. It's called OmniTurf, and it is of some concern to the players and their footage. And when you have players at disadvantage.
3rd and a long 3 for the Sooners as Barry Switzer looks on. Holloway. He's met as he tries to turn the corner. Fasanelli came up and stuck him. On the board first. He gets it off cleanly, and he splits the uprights from 28 yards out. So Oklahoma, with 11.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter, on the scoreboard with Lasher's field goal, and they lead the Tigers 3-0. We'll come back to the Tiger Den here at Faurot Field in Missouri after this. This is the defensive team that Missouri must battle today. They don't get any better, Kev.
Well, everyone from the beginning of the season has said the strength of the Oklahoma team is defense, and they've lived up to it during the course of the season. What Missouri has to do here, and what Woody says they were going to do, is take what they give them. They don't give you much, but every defense, there's only 11 guys, they will give you something.
For the Sooners, Michael Scott is in at fullback for Missouri. Remember, they call him the freezer, and he throws a great block that springs Wallace. So Scott, making like William Perry, the refrigerator in Chicago, throws the key block that springs Wallace. Tigers. Woody Widenhofer told us that Michael Scott is rejuvenated at fullback, and his partner Wallace scurries through for the first down before Dante Jones, the sophomore from Dallas, Texas, brought him down. On 2nd and 9. Scott is in the backfield, and he'll be there to block. Seitz drills it complete near the 40. That is going to be short of the first down. Vernon Boyd in there on the receiving end.
He didn't look too anxious to get at Scott.
3rd and 3. Seitz going to sprint out. He's got to hurry. Bosworth chases him, but it's a first down for Missouri. Seitz knew just where he had to go, and he picked up the first down. One thing about Michael Scott,
a lot of room for the back to run.
He got 4 before all was said and done. 2nd and 6. Seitz will throw wide open. Oh, it's intercepted. He threw it behind him. Sonny Brown for the Sooners back to midfield, and he's dropped. It appeared as though Seitz and Junebug Johnson misread each other because Johnson was open on the break. 3rd and 7 for the Sooners. Holloway's going to go to the air. Looking over to the sideline, and Shepard drops the ball. He was wide open, and that's what you said, Kevin. You hit it on the nose. They've got to drop the ball for Missouri to be successful against a wishbone that passes, and they did it there. 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. Seitz still has it. Plenty of time. He zings it complete to Johnson at the 40. He's to the 45 before he's dropped back there.
On that play, they were able to come in and make the play. The Oklahoma linebacker is as good as any in the country.
3rd and 8 for Missouri. Seitz under pressure. He's hit as he throws, but he completes it anyway to Thetford, the tight end, at midfield, well short of the first down. Good job by Seitz to even get it off. Kevin Slayton along with Kevin Kiley, Barry Switzer in his 13th year, and that's what he's done at Oklahoma. He's not only tasted the wine of greatness, he drank the whole bottle. First down, Sooners from their own 20. Out of the wishbone, it's the big fullback Carr over the left side. Missouri doing a pretty good job so far, Kev, at defending this wishbone. This year, in the first quarter, it's not been their baby. They've only scored 20 total points coming in today. But plays like this by Holloway, he might be gone. Ron Floyd is chasing him, and he collars him at the Missouri 34, 36-yard line. They'll say he stepped out of bounds. But Holloway is electrifying. Gainer deep into Missouri territory, and here they go again. The Sooner wishbone in command, and they're eating up chunks of yardage now. And they'll run Carr, big hole over the left side. He's into the secondary before McMillan rides him for 5 yards. And inside the 20 as McMillan needed help from Fasanella.
If you're on the other team to make mistakes, if this team doesn't fumble and they're allowed to get the fullback into the secondary like this, they're just going to murder you. McMillan's a big guy. He was a linebacker last year. He had his hands on Carr, and he was just going along for the ride.
Holloway with the 2 big plays, one of 34, one of 39. Flags fly as Carr goes over the right side, and it appeared that Missouri jumped offside. Holloway still has it. Tucks under. Look at him move, would you? I mean, Darryl Darling, a fumble, and Missouri recovers. It may have been Rick Cloman at the bottom of the pile. He got up jumping, but I'm not sure. Perhaps it was Cloman that got it. First quarter, still 3-0 Oklahoma. The Sooners coming on the full blitz, and Seitz lucky he didn't fumble the handoff because Bosworth just teed off, timed the snap perfectly, and there's a guy that seeks no peace in his kingdom.
Yeah, good advertisement for changing the snap count from behind him. He was right on the snap count, and Seitz did a great job not just to fumble the ball. Bosworth was there before the back was.
And they run the first man through, fumble, loose ball. Sooners trying to get it, still loose, and they've got it.
Last week. No, I'm sorry, it's John Redd. Looks like he gets hit by his own man pulling by. The ball comes loose, and there's nothing but white shirts around it.
That ball was moving, though. Look at it, still loose there, and Junebug Johnson there from Missouri, number 12, was looking to get into the action, and then everybody jumped on it. And Oklahoma has it on an Oklahoma player, Tony Rayburn, out of the wishbone on 3rd and 11. Holloway's going to run a quarterback draw. Cloman hit him first. Now he gets loose. He's inside the 10 and goes down, very close to the first down, but I believe he fell short of it. And plus, come into it here.
Stop the fullback. Stop the fullback. Make him go wide, and then just react to it. You got 11-man line just about.
Holloway going to keep it himself. Fumbles the ball, and I think Oklahoma got it. 1st and goal for the Sooners with, well, now the time expired. I was going to say with 14 seconds left, and it expired before they got the snap off. That ends the first quarter, and Oklahoma will now have to go into the win. To Gamble, and he fumbled it forward for a first down. They run Perry, the fullback, and he's down to the 1. Walker was there, number 40, for Missouri to make the stop. And Dave Casper, they've kicked it around a little bit. 2nd and goal from the 1, and that is an Oklahoma touchdown. Perry cracking pay dirt for the Sooners, and they add on to their 3-0 lead.
All right, your fullback, if you're on the goal line, that's what you got to do. Stop the fullback. They couldn't stop him because they got a great block in there by Anthony Phillips. He just cleaned out his man. Watch 68. See him? Just rest in front of the fullback. There's just no place for the black shirts to get in behind him and make the tackle with only a couple of yards to go. It's a touch.
Defensively, they will have the strong wind at their backs when we return to Faurot Field after this. 4 cards in a game of 5-card stud. He can't understand this one.
More like 6 cards in this.
3rd and 8, and watch out here because Oklahoma Oklahoma knows it's a passing situation. They come straight with a rush, but Murphy breaks free, and he pulls him down at the 15, and Murphy just broke free and did it all by himself.
When you have to go one-on-one, it's tough. 72, the left side of your screen. He's not even there. You don't see him. He disappears. Murphy gives him a little move, and then it's a sprint. Murphy
at their own 36. They'll run the big fullback, Lydell Carr, the sophomore out of Enid, Oklahoma. Great second half adjustments defensively last week. They limited Iowa State to just 78 total yards. But look at Holloway. He sheds tacklers. He breaks tackles. McMillan finally stands him up. Got help from Shapura, but not before he's deep into Missouri territory. And another Oklahoma first down. He's been the whole story for Oklahoma.
Just won't do the job for you. When he gets to the corner, right here's where you want him, but you want a clean shot at him. Now, as he comes in here, you see, you just can't seem to get a clean shot at him. When you do, you've got to go for the ball and get a turnover. McMillan had a good shot at him. He didn't get that hat on the ball.
15 for the Sooners. Right up the middle goes Carr, and Floyd makes the shoe top tackle, but big yardage for Carr on 1st and 15, and that was hard. 2nd and 4 for the Sooners. This is Holloway. He's forced to make a bad pitch. Ball still on the ground. Everybody chasing it. Still loose in midfield. And I think Oklahoma got it. Eric Pope. I mean, they were all kind of
nervous time. This is what you want. See, they fake it to the fullback, don't give it to him, and that's a great play defensively. Get your hand on the ball. He's hanging it out there, and now it's just a scramble for the thing. And you know the thing about a football, if they made the thing round, it just wouldn't be any fun because you'd know which way it was going. But look at everybody diving on. That's a nice play by number 63 as they covered. Get it into the belly and hold on to it.
But the loss all the way back to the Oklahoma 48. 3rd and long. There's Jackson, the tight end. Did he hold on? I don't know who has it. He and McMillan fight for it, and they're going to give it to the Sooners. Or he and Floyd fighting for it.
On this team coming in, he had 12 catches for 291 yards, and Missouri should have been on him here. They left it up to the safety. He's got it right there, and now Floyd's only got one hand to wrestle it away from a guy who's 241 pounds, and he's just not going to get it. Missouri had him right where they wanted, and they let him off the hook.
On 3rd and 20.
Missouri's doing the job. What they need to do is hold him here and sustain a little bit of offense, and we've got a ball game.
That recovery by Pope was so big because he got it at the Sooner 48, and Missouri would have had it in Oklahoma territory. 2nd and 13. Holloway's going to throw it again. Wide open is Lee Morris in the end zone, and he holds on for the touchdown. Well, they beat him that series with the pass.
Well, again, it's 2nd and long here, and what he does, Holloway checks off. He's looking to the left, and then he goes back to your right as you watch it. What a perfect pass. What a perfect pass. Anytime you run play action.
Was that fumble recovery by Eric Pope. It saves the Sooners possession and gets them a touchdown. 9:38 left in the half. Oklahoma 17, Missouri nothing. We'll be back after this. Teams play where he's down again. They'll take a look at him. That's the Oklahoma touchdown drive, but what you don't see there is the big fumble recovery by Eric Pope back at his own 48-yard line, and the 32-yard pass that set up the touchdown throw.
That's
at their own 32-yard line. And they'll run Wallace trying to get to the outside. He's quick if he gets room. But he didn't get the room, but still was able to pick up some yardage on that play, and out there to make the tackle very quickly was Scott Garl. 2nd and 5 for the Tigers. Seitz straight back. Here comes the rush. He throws into it. Great catch, cutting across by Johnson. He's loose at the 40. Junebug Johnson knocked out of bounds inside the Oklahoma 30. And no flag flies, and the Sooners are fortunate as Derek White threw him down 5-8 yards out of bounds. Biggest play of the game for Missouri. And here's Wallace straight up the middle. Tried to make a cut, and his own turf victimized him that time. And you see his reaction. Help you can get, right? 2nd and 4. Seitz in trouble. He's got a man, and he completes it to Essen inside the 10. Eddie Essen, the Missouri fullback, sneaking out of the backfield. And that'll be a Missouri first down. Seitz going to throw the ball. Has time. Now gets the nervous feet. Hey, he might have a touchdown. The Sooners closed the gap in a hurry, and I mean in a hurry. Great defensive work that time from Scott Gorham. Sights under pressure now. Flags flying. And Bosworth collars him as he gets inside the 5. Well, Missouri's only hope is that penalty works against Oklahoma. He's 1 of 2 from this distance.
Switzer was saying, watch out for the fake.
He gets it off, and he boots it through there. So Missouri with much needed points, although they would have liked to have had 7, they come away with 3. 5:01 remaining in the half. Oklahoma still on top, but now it's 17-3. Well,
little great pass by Seitz. They should maybe have had 6, but they did get 3.
Holloway's going to throw it again. Now he's in trouble. Hit as he throws. That one's up for grabs. And Jackson's the bigger of the 2, and he outleaps Floyd for the catch at the Missouri 26.
Well, there's no reason for that. That ball was in the air forever. And he should have been there. Jackson does a great job. He's got great hands, this guy. He's a big one, too. 6'3", 241, just a sophomore. Oklahoma doesn't throw the ball much, but he's got 2 big catches today. That gives him 14 on the year.
40-yard pass play for Oklahoma. Holloway has burned the Tigers a 32-yard pass to Jackson.
Pop and loose, pop and loose. That's what you're talking about in the huddle all the time.
Big play for Missouri, 3rd and 6, because it would be a difficult field goal into the wind. They're going to throw it. The receiver fell down. Morris was trying to make his cut to the corner, and he slipped and fell, and Holloway had no choice. 28, and that's only a 6-yard snap back.
If there is such a thing as momentum in a game, this is a big field goal. Even though they lead by 14, Missouri got the last score.
This is blockable. They're taking a shorter snap. He got it off, and I mean he nailed it. Give the credit there to Lasher. Into the wind, and Oklahoma tacks 3 more on.
Try to complete that short pass and get up the field.
Seitz setting up the screen to the outside, and he hits John Redd. He's across the 25 to about the 27-yard line before he's dropped.
You've got mismatches all over the field. The defense generally can play very well.
3rd and 3. Seitz to the air. He guns it complete. Adrian McBride at the 41 runs in a circle, and then Bosworth collars him along with White. That's a Missouri first down. Adrian beat him off. First down for Missouri. Seitz to the air. Down the middle he goes. A tremendous play and an interception. David Vickers, the sophomore, went up with one hand and brought it down, and Lammers was wide open behind him.
Looking, he has the time. Great job by the offensive line. That ball thrown behind him. And you're right, that's just a great interception. And to the right, Junebug Johnson way down the field and open. Vickers, nice play for Oklahoma.
Come out without the wishbone, and that probably means they'll throw it. Holloway in trouble, slips it under to Jackson, the tight end. He's going to get good yardage here, and he's knocked out of bounds. Good thing, too, because he was off to the races if they don't knock him out of bounds. And Eric McMillan, the sophomore out of Silver Springs, Maryland, did the job. Here, they can't allow another score with 54 seconds left in the half. Holloway, who's hurt them through the air. Chipura chasing him out of there. Now he guns it and incomplete, and wisely so. Flag goes down. I believe Vandegrift hit Holloway late out of bounds at the Sooner bench.
This kid is awesome. You see the end of the play. And now we get a little drive. Actually, Vandegrift had some help there, didn't he?
He sure did. I couldn't see who it was. Look like Carolina. Holloway sidearms it and completes it. I mean, he sidearmed that ball, and Damon Stuff made the catch. There you see what the Sooners have done. Look at that, taking over their own 7, and very quickly, he had to be quick, though, to see what Missouri did. There it is. There we go. They've not had good field position, but they've not moved the ball all that often either. They had one good drive. 3rd and inches for the Sooners. They had trouble. Perry, missed connections with Holloway on the handoff, but I think he knocked him forward for the first down. Or to see if he did fall far enough. Looks like they're a few inches, about an inch or two short. For a touchdown, they got the 2-point conversion and won the game. And it was on a wishbone play as Oklahoma gets the first down. Steve Davis pitched the ball, and he said later he was just thinking about getting the first down and keeping it. Holloway with the first down, and now the clock runs. And they'll try to get it stopped real quick, but Shepard's going to catch that inbound. with 10 seconds remaining. Holloway very quickly lofting it to the corner. Fasanelli chasing over there with Morris, and they overthrow it with 6 seconds left. We'll see Lasher. He's already kicked 2 field goals. Nobody before had ever kicked 7 out of 7 in the history of college football. Lasher has it up there, and it looks good, and it is. So with 3 seconds left, he tacks on a 28-yard field goal, and Missouri trails by 20, 23-3. Well, the same situation that was here 10 years ago, as I mentioned. A 20-point deficit. They'll take it to the locker room at halftime, and they'll need the same kind of miracle against the Sooners in the second half that they put up here, with the Sooners on top 23-3. And we'll return to Faurot Field for all of the halftime festivities after you see this. The team's returning to the field here on Faurot Field in Columbia, Missouri. Kevin Slayton along with Kevin Kiley. Those are the Missouri Tigers, and they have their work cut out for them, down 20 points here at the half. And the tail of the tape from the first half is going to show you that Jamel Holloway has had one spectacular first half for Oklahoma. The first downs, fairly meaningless number there. But it's the domination of that Oklahoma wishbone in the rushing department that really tells you somewhat of what's happened here in the first half.
They've run up and down the field, but the rushing yardage hasn't really gotten them into the end zone. It's been the pass.
And Holloway has thrown for 126. He's rushed for over 100. So he's had a spectacular first half. He had 117 yards rushing all by himself, and the total yardage story is almost 2-1.
Well, you got a surprise from Missouri. 153 yards would average out to 306 yards, but this is the real surprise. Oklahoma, 1 turnover. Although they had 3 fumbles, they got 2 of them back, and that's really been the story. Missouri has had bad luck with their turnovers. Oklahoma has been able to get theirs back, and that turned the game around.
And it's a 20-point lead for Barry Switzer, and Woody Widenhofer needs to rally his team as they begin the second half here this afternoon. We'll take a look at the scoreboard as we pass some scores on to you. I want to congratulate, if we have a moment here, some academic All-Americans here at the University of Missouri that were honored prior to the game. In baseball, Dave Otto and Nick Rollo, and in track, Andrea Fisher. Our congratulations to those folks. And you look at the scoreboard down in the ACC, Clemson getting beat early.
That's a surprise. North Carolina not expected to beat Clemson, but it's in the first quarter.
That's no surprise.
Ohio State, yeah, they're expected to beat Northwestern. Michigan and Purdue is a battle. Purdue has a very high-powered offense. Again, Michigan a great defense.
And he stays in the game at that right halfback spot. Here comes Carr on the first play of the second half. Big yardage for Lydell Carr, nearly 10 yards. Eric McMillan rode him out of bounds until he's 10 yards downfield. And they run him again. He breaks the tackle, gets to the outside, and McMillan helping out along with Ron Floyd and bringing him down shy of the 45, but that's an Oklahoma first down. 2nd and 9 for the Sooners. They don't like 2nd and 9. How about Walker's play on Holloway? Walker's done a pretty good job on that corner, and Holloway appears to be slow in getting up.
He doesn't come from the same school. He's in the same class.
Here's what's hurt Missouri, the pass. Holloway has it intercepted. So Missouri comes up with a big play.
Holloway goes back. He doesn't throw the ball high enough, and Long is just tall enough. Shepard back there looking for a reception, but Long got right in the path, and Holloway just kind of threw it out there. That's heads-up play by Casillas.
Many people compared to him, but he's compared to no one. Seitz setting up the screen and does it very well to John Redd. He slips but still gets downfield for some pretty good yardage, and he has a Missouri first down, I believe, at the Oklahoma 43. At down 20 points and a chance to score. Here comes Bosworth timing that snap, and Seitz falls down.
He's going to take that big gap between the center and the guard, and Seitz just looked like he got tangled up in his own feet, probably figuring he was going to get hit in the back by Bosworth.
Bill Petty there. 3rd and 16. You saw the 3rd down conversion story. Missouri 2 out of 6, and they're in trouble. They set the screen up again to Redd. This one takes a little bit longer to develop, and Oklahoma was ready for it.
Well, the blocks were there. Seitz threw the ball a little bit too high in the screen. You don't want to let it hang there because it's a reaction thing defensively.
He's going to have to do something now. They get the turnover, they move to a first down, and Seitz falls down. That's what hurt them. Adler hung this one up beautifully. Shepard calls for a fair catch inside his 5. Now, you can debate the logic of that all day. A tremendous punt for Adler.
That's a great punt, and that speaks for itself. Why catch it?
Holloway has it and has room. gets himself out to first down yardage across the 15.
What Holloway did there was he never even optioned it. He faked to the fullback, and then he just took off for the corner.
And it's nothing against Troy Aikman, but this Holloway is just a special kind of player. Shapura has a hold of Perry. That ball coughed up, and Missouri has it. Well, we talked about the turnover, and he was really hit hard, Perry was, and then everybody started tackling the ball.
3-3. If there is a great thing, is you just unload on these guys. Unload. Get that ball. Look at all the black shirts, and they're after it. One guy holds them up. Everybody else goes for it. And there it is, folks. Drops right on the ground and walks.
Oklahoma 17, but this is where that Oklahoma defense is so tough. They'll run the ball with Wallace. Nearly fell down, trying to get outside, and he's tackled as he gets to the 15. Good job by Bosworth and Eric Crudup. The difference between this Oklahoma team and those great wishbones of the past is this defense. Even with the turnovers, they stiffen on you. Wallace close to the 11, and he's tripped up there by Darrell Reed. Scott is alone back behind Seitz. Here comes the blitz. Seitz never saw it, and he coughs it up, and Lammers alertly dives on it, but he'll be short of the first down. Too bad that didn't take another 5-yard bounce for Missouri.
Good for a fake here. That's what I'd be doing if I was on Oklahoma.
Wellahan 1 of 2 from this distance. He gets this one up, and he's got it. But 3 points in a situation where you nearly had to come away with 7 draws the wrath of the crowd here in Faurot Field with 7:50 remaining, and Missouri trailing 23-6. Going to need a big play offensively at some point if they're to get back into this one. Seitz to the air to Wallace. He fumbles the ball, and Oklahoma will take over at the Missouri 35-yard line.
It was great offensive blocking. John Clay on Darrell Reed. I mean, he had all day to throw this thing. Hit him right in the chest with it. And then look at the pop. Boom. Ball drops right down on the ground. We saw the thing bounce. We saw the thing bounce all over the place before.
Made the tackle, and Milazzo the recovery, and now this wishbone is lethal. Holloway. He may be gone. He's around the right side of the 10. He's going to sprint for it, and he gets there. 35 yards for Jamel Holloway. And you sort of saw that one coming after the fumble recovery for the Sooners.
Then you have an immediate turnover. It can be so tough. Now Holloway knows exactly what he wants to do. Great blocking on Walker at the corner. He was his man. No defense out there. And now it's a race between Holloway and McMillan. And Bassinelli, and Holloway wins it. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
He's the heels of such a great week last week, 162 yards, and that was the best rushing performance this year by a Sooner, so now he's tied that.
He looked fast sitting on the bench. Even get a yard, much less 20 yards.
It's not only pretty tough, it's been real tough. Seitz, under pressure, somehow gets it to Thetford, but he drops it. Milazzo is hanging all over. 3rd and 7 for Missouri. Here they come. Seitz delivers it in a hurry to Lammers, but he'll be hit short of the first down. Good defensive work by Liddell Glenn and Milazzo on the far side to keep. You saw Fascinelli there. Here's the reverse. They fumble the ball. How about that? He was able to pick it up again. That's just a tremendous alert play by Liddell Glenn. Not cold.
It's a confidence thing if you feel better with the gloves you wear.
Holloway in trouble. Nearly has his head separated. Vandegrift with the big play there.
Championship. And Woody's got a couple of years to rebuild this team.
The pressure eases somewhat when you've got a freshman like Holloway. Seitz in deep trouble. Down he goes. And you just don't get away from Bosworth.
To lose that kind of yardage. Here comes Bosworth. Been blitzing all day. He's got a beat on him. Seitz knows it. Throw it. Got to get rid of that thing.
So Marlon Adler will come on to punt it away into the wind, and that's not going anywhere. Sonny Brown calls for the fair catch, and Oklahoma will have it at their own 43-yard line in the making. Only in the second quarter.
That Georgia defense, I'll tell you, they can beat anybody.
Here comes Holloway. He pitches it back to Collins. He just ran out of field, or he might have been off.
Find out who quits, who doesn't, who plays hard, even though the score's out of reach.
Perry over the right side gets across midfield, but he's short of the first down. 3rd and 2 for the Sooners. Here they come blitzing. Collins cuts through the opening and gets the first down to the Missouri 42.
Side for Oklahoma, and Collins is just so quick. Vandegrift takes on the man, but he doesn't get any help on the inside. As you see, Walker got blocked. Collins so quick getting into the secondary for a first down.
A little bit surprised that Holloway is still running the wishbone. And that Eric Mitchell's not in there because of hits like that by Terry Walker on Holloway.
For the benefit of the team.
He got 5 at 2nd and 5. Perry straight up the middle in the hands of Walker and Cloman. He gets very close to another first down. He's only 303, slimmed down. Greg Johnson.
Yeah, that's our man, 303, Greg Johnson.
Holloway on short yardage on 3rd down sneaks it and has the first down. And booted a 28-yard field goal, and that got him rolling. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. The Sooners on top by 24, 30-6. And we'll be back to Faurot Field after these messages from your local stations before the season's out.
Throw over it. If it's tough, throw over it.
Just underway here in the 4th quarter. Holloway going for 6 to Jackson inside the 10. He wants the touchdown, and McMillan drags him down. Well, Jackson has hurt Missouri all day long.
Army has. He's thrown it into the wind here. Play action. He's got plenty of time, as he will. Look at this pass. That thing's just a great pass. Hit him inside there on that post pattern, and Jackson, he's a horse. He's a real horse.
They're threatening to go in again. Telling you, the passing of Holloway, along with the great jitterbug running, has been a big difference today. Tillman can walk in, and he does.
That was one of the few legitimate wishbone plays we've seen all day where he just faked and pitched it right away. Holloway never thought about taking it to the corner. He pitched it right out to Tillman.
Columbia, here's another look at Spencer Tillman's walk.
From the sideline, Holloway, right away they go to Holloway. He has the presence of mind to pitch it out to Tillman, and there's just no way that you can cover the whole field when they execute like that. Tillman, as Kevin said, walks the 5 yards into the end zone, and Oklahoma over the years has walked in a few times against a lot of teams.
Holloway's just 5'11" and 100.
Go to the ball. Everybody go to the ball. See if we can illustrate that for you.
Picked up 7. Sights in trouble. The ball's loose, and they're going to call it a fumble. And Oklahoma has it. See who gets up off of the pile with it. It appears as though it's number 66, John Phillips.
You know they're going to pass. Here comes Bosworth. He's been through all day. Seitz had the ball up there. Bosworth, first he went for the ball, then he went for Seitz. And here come the rest of the Sooners. Clay can't get it. Oklahoma recovers. Another great play by Bosworth.
Has it at the Missouri 16. Holloway's still in there. Damon Stell in there at the right halfback spot. He's throwing for more, and he's got the big guy for the touchdown. So Jackson, who'd been kept out of the end zone all day, finally gets in there. And Holloway has thrown another touchdown pass.
Jackson clears. He wants to throw it right now, but he waits. He waits until Jackson gets in the hole, and then he hits him right in the numbers. At 240 pounds, no match for Fasanelli. He walks in. Heath Jackson. He doesn't even need shoulder.
Setting a new single game total offense record at Oklahoma with 324 yards, breaking Jack Mildren's old record of 323 that Mildren set in 1971. So congratulations to Holloway, and I don't think he'll have too much problem being Big 8 Offensive Player of the Week for the 2nd week in a row.
They might give it to him for 2 weeks on this one.
Chances are he won't kick it that far. Hangs up in the wind. Wallace gathers it in at the 34. I win. He's across the 40, 45, near the 50. Fumbles it. You're right. They should have taken
it. Important, I guess. Wallace trying for the big play, giving it all he's got. It can happen. He's going to put his head down and head into no man's land. It looked like he coughed it up before anybody hit him.
Wallace has had a problem in holding on to the ball in the Kansas State game. He was going in for a touchdown at the 1. But he'll have days in the future when he has the smile at the end of the game. And now the Oklahoma Sooners make the quarterback switch. This is Stafford getting around the corner. He's a freshman, and he's inside the Missouri 40-yard line. On that for you. Whether or not he's a freshman or a senior. But he hasn't played much. But he's going to gain a few yards himself as he gets to the Missouri 30. Anthony Stafford was a highly recruited player out of the St. Louis area. I know Missouri wanted him badly, and he ended up at Oklahoma. Impressed Barry Switzer and his staff in the preseason workouts, and you saw why on that run that he circled around the right side on a moment ago. Sooners run running everybody in and out of there now. Just trying to run down the clock as Maloney carries it. 11.5 minutes remaining. The Sooners on the move, already leading 44-6. They toss it back to Stafford. Still on his feet. Great balance from Stafford inside the 20. He gets all the way down to the 16 before Floyd knocked him down, but that's power and balance that time.
And Walker, number 40. Watch the play he makes here. Terry Walker, he's the guy that gets his hands on Stafford. Pretty good hit. He's got a shirt. It's a long game. He's been in there the whole time. He can't hang on. And Stafford, he's been resting the whole game. He's headed for pay dirt.
Another Oklahoma first down at the Missouri 16, and there he goes up the middle. This time Kloman hits him as he gets himself inside the 15. Gonna worse for wear. Second down and 8. Sullivan's going to keep it himself, and he gets down in a hurry. Walker had him around the ankle. Rodney Anderson checking into the Oklahoma backfield now, also number 28. 3rd and 5 for the Sooners. Sullivan inside the 10, hanging on as he goes down near first down yardage. Oklahoma will disdain the field goal, and of course that would do them no good. Sullivan nearly broke through. Lachey had a hand on him, along with Eric Troy, and then Stan Long put the finishing touch on, but Sullivan got the first down. That was supposed to be a good game. Sullivan tossing it back to Stafford. He wants the touchdown, and he gets it. Anthony Stafford with his second touchdown of the season.
Left hash mark, and that gives them about 35 or 40 yards across the field. They use it all. They get it out to Stafford, and McMillan, all these guys, it's just too far to run. Stafford walks in for another Oklahoma touchdown, and we're on 50 now, 50-6 Sooners.
Less just as effective.
Well, he runs it a little differently. Holloway was taking it to the corner. Sullivan gets the force by Floyd. He gets rid of the ball beautifully, exactly as he should, and then it comes down to a matter of speed. Stafford's been rested. He's got it. Missouri defense doesn't.
Warren Seitz remains the Missouri quarterback. Vernon Boyd in a tailback, runs into the middle of that Sooner defense, and that's the heart of that team. Seitz will throw it, has time, delivers it to Adrian McBride. He's got a first down at the 35, and Dante Jones makes sure he gets no more. With 7 minutes left in this ball game. They run it with John Redd straight up the gut, breaks a couple of tackles. Redd still on his feet and gets to midfield. An excellent run from John Redd, giving Missouri something to smile about. Liddell Glenn finally brought him down. These quarterback opened at wide receiver. Marlon Adler started the year at quarterback. Seitz going to get it here. Down he goes. The blitz coming, at an all-out blitz from Todd Smith. Nobody touched him, and boy, you defensive players love that, don't you?
I'm surprised he didn't see him. Seitz, nah, come think of it, I'm not surprised he didn't see him. He was looking the other way. And
3rd and 4 for the Sooners, and they run Anderson first down and then some. He's out across the 35 to about the 38 as he gets into the Missouri secondary. At the 41, 3rd down now, and a long 6 for Oklahoma. Sullivan ducks upfield, doesn't come close. Bestweber has him, Walker has him, and Volek also joining in. So the Tigers stop Oklahoma. And the pride of Missouri's defensive team really showing forth there. 37-yard punt into the wind. Seitz under a heavy rush, guns it out and completes it on the far side to Clark. A running play to Eddie Essen, straight up the gut. He's close to midfield. Gets out to the 47-yard line. I think the single game total offense record in OU history, breaking the one set by Jack Mildren. Warren Seitz completing it to Eddie Essen, who makes a sliding catch as he goes out of bounds for about an 8-yard pickup with less than a minute remaining. And 2 weeks from today, Missouri facing 2nd and 3, under a minute to go. Seitz now throwing it downfield for Frazier, but he overthrows him. Crudup was back there covering for Oklahoma. Warren Seitz to put it up again. Fires to Junebug Johnson, who drops the ball. And the Big 8, Bill Callahan, who'll be retiring at the end of this season. And we're glad we'll be able to do his last game. We thank all of those gentlemen, one and all. Seitz nearly has it intercepted. Todd Smith again back there for the Sooners. He's played a good game getting in some work. Sullivan handing it off to Anderson, who's running hard into Missouri territory as the gun will sound. And the final here, a big win for the the Oklahoma Sooners over the Missouri Tigers. Kevin, it just went Oklahoma's way from the start.
Well, you're talking about, I think, a program that's built and a program that's building. And 2 or 3 years down the road, we may have a little bit of a closer game. But it was just too much talent, too much strength from a very highly ranked Oklahoma team against the Missouri team that's trying to get to that plateau. And don't count Woody out. Record not too good, but he's a pretty good coach and a class guy. And, of course, Switzer, his record speaks for itself over the years.
All right, a big win for Barry Switzer this afternoon here before a crowd of 50,000 plus at Faurot Field.